Alright, here we go. Startup sequence. Begin. Alright, neutral. Alright, HadesOmega here. We're running the Vitpilen, the Husqvarna Vitpilen 701. Man, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds a little clunky when it started up. It's just a Husky thing, I think, you know. It sounds a little clunkety. Really grabby clutch. It's a very sporty riding position. So this is the Vitpilen. This is the cafe racer style bike. It has a 692cc single cylinder engine, so it feels very vibey right now. And also I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, and I'm kind of like on the balls of my feet. It's a little bit tall. It's definitely feels like a cafe racer. Man, the clutch is really light, the clutch pull. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're here at Alice's. Husqvarna was having a demo day here today. And yeah, so we're just gonna go take it for a ride here. What a great place to go take a ride, you know. So this is the bigger 701. There is a 401 also. I will try to ride that one later. Whoa. We got the police here. So it's just gonna be a mellow ride today, nothing too crazy. But I think this is a great place to go ride this bike. You'll definitely be able to tell the you know, the handling and all that stuff. It's pretty vibey, yeah. I feel the handlebars and the seat shaking. Maybe if I rev it more. It's just very smoothly though. It has a quick shifter also, so we're gonna go test that out. It shifts very nicely. It's definitely got that cafe racer style, naked bike style, where, you know, there's nothing, you feel like you got nothing in front of you. I call it Superman style. Feels like you got your arms out, you know, and then you don't see anything behind you. It's like you're flying through the air, like Superman. It's definitely got a lot of torque. It revs to like 13,000. Quick shifter works pretty good. I feel like it's got power in like every gear, man. Like I don't really need, you know, unless you're trying to haul ass, you know, you don't really need to rev it out, you know. It does have a slipper clutch. So pretty much just shift with your leg. You don't really need the clutch. Alright, we got some bicyclists out tonight. Full twist right there for a little bit. It's got plenty of torque, plenty of torque. So some specs on this bike. It's a 692cc single cylinder. I'm not really sure how much horsepower it has. I will put the subtitle below. None of the little data sheets had anything on it. Oh man. Very nice for just cruising around. It feels very comfortable when you get moving. It's pretty what's the word? It feels pretty wide. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the tank feels wide on this. The tank it's a kind of like an odd shape. It's kind of like an anvil, sorta, or like it kind of reminds me of like a hammerhead shark. It's got like these raised sections on the front. Tucking feels really good too, but there's nothing to kind of rest your chest on, you know, like a sport bike. see if let's just kind of lug it. We're doing 4,000. It revs really nice. It feels like it, it feels like it doesn't struggle much because you got all that 700cc torque, It likes to be revved. That's interesting. About it's a single cylinder. So single cylinders have, they're thumpy. They got a lot of torque. So, whoa, all right. You guys want to get in on our group ride here, man. Even at 4,000, 5,000 RPM, it seems fine. 6,000, yeah. The good thing is the vibes, the vibes are pretty much the same the whole time. I feel like the tank vibrating, the seat everything vibrates, man. That's a thumper for you, man. So that's the thing, dude. I couldn't tell you if your hands or if your extremities are gonna get numb after a while because of the vibration. I don't know. It's not super bad. But I do like the light clutch pull. I wish this was a little twistier road. I think this is Skyline Road. That's what we're riding on. Seat feels pretty hard, but you're not putting a lot of pressure. Not really putting a lot of pressure on your butt. It feels like all the pressure is kind of like. It feels like where the pressure points are on. It's like it's pretty balanced between your wrists and your and the seat, your butt. So I gotta kind of focus on riding. We will explain the gauge cluster later. It does have some bar end mirrors, and I can kind of see out of them. It has 6 speeds. We're in gear 5 right now. There's a gear indicator on the gauge cluster. That's nice. That's the 6th gear right there. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. At 50 miles an hour, it doesn't like it. Let's just kick it down in the 4th. Try to keep these guys in view. Yeah, it's a little smoother when you're cruising. And I think we're going uphill right now, so let's try hanging off a little bit. It feels a little odd because the seat is it's kind of like a flat shaped. It's very cafe racer style, it's not really, sporty, It's not sporty, but it attempts to be sporty. That's what the cafe racers are like, I have ridden the Ducati Scrambler Cafe, and I have ridden the Thruxton, so I can compare them to this. If anything, I would say it's somewhat similar to the Ducati Scrambler Cafe. I really like that bike. It feels like the components are really nice on this bike, though. If you look at the craftsmanship of the machining and stuff, it's very, very nice. That's what you would expect to see from Husqvarna. This is actually the second Husky I've ridden. I rode a 350cc dual sport. I think it was a FE 350 or TE 350. Oh, what is this? Oh, we're already at the Vista Point. Oh yeah, so this is the Skyline. It's not really twisty, so. So I've kind of got a good feel for the handling. I know this road isn't very twisty, so we're not going to really be able to push the handling all that much. This is a high-speed sweeping corners type deal, so I'm sure this bike will be great at riding high speeds. 3D these corners here. So. But yeah, hey, I just saw a Facebook post like, hey, go ride a Husqvarna Vitpilen. So there's two versions of this. There's the Vitpilen and this Vitpilen with the S. This is the Vitpilen. This is the more cafe racer style bike. Oh, looks like we're gonna stop. Looks like we're gonna turn around right here. Okay, we're here on Skyline Road. We're going to turn around here, but let's see. Let's take a look at the gauge cluster. Oh, there's different mode buttons and stuff. I didn't even bother looking at the controls. I just kind of just been riding it, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's no like kind of electronic stuff to really set. There's a trip 2, fuel range, and that's it. It's a pretty Spartan gauge cluster. There's not too many gadgets and gizmos to do with it. I see as a compression and rebound adjusters on top of the handlebars. They're pretty easily thing. It's got an interesting handlebar setup. It's got an interesting handlebar setup. Like the clip-ons, they're not really clip-ons. The upper clamp has a clamp built onto it for the handlebar. It's interesting. I've never seen anything like that actually. It's not exactly a clip-on, you know. It's a clamp-on. Yeah. It's got adjustable. It looks like it's got adjustable levers on it. The right one is adjustable with a rotary lever for the brake, and the left one has some kind of like a screw set adjuster. Goes down these bumps, not bad. So this is the point right here. I like the quick shifter. Quick shifter works well. Yeah, so there's not any kind of, I don't know what kind of electronic riding aids there are on this. I'd imagine it probably has ABS. I will put a subtitle below on like what it has, you know. There is no different kind of ride modes or anything. So I can tell you the throttle feels, it's pretty smooth. The throttle's not bad. It's really good. It's not herky-jerky, you know. Another bike that you could compare to this is the FZ07, and that kind of does have a herky-jerky throttle, you know. If anything, yeah, it's actually very similar to FZ07, when I think about it. Except FZ07 is a twin, you know. It's a little smoother. This has a lot of torque, like, you know, you don't really have to shift all that much, you know. I'm just saying your gear choices aren't that critical. And so we've been, I don't know, I think we've been riding for about 10 minutes, and I feel, you know, the riding position is pretty comfortable, you know. It's pretty comfortable. All right, here, we're gonna take this corner here. Woo! Yeah! Chugs along at 3,000 RPM, not too bad. We're in 5th gear right now. It's got some pretty wide gearing. But yeah, it still goes. It still goes. Should we try to really rev it out? Alright, we're in 3rd. 2nd. I'll put in 2nd and rev it. Oh, dude! I almost kind of did a power wheelie. Yeah, so I just give it a like, quick throttle blip right there in second, you know. Yeah, it's really comfortable to crouch down, you know. Let me see if you could rest your elbows on your knees, you know, and tuck with it, you know. If you wanted to get a good tuck, still pretty naked. We're not going fast enough. I can tell you we're not going fast enough to, like, you know, really push the aerodynamics on this bike. We're going about 50 and it's not that loud. At 50 the aerodynamics seem pretty good on the bike, you know. The bike kind of goes through the corners pretty easily on Skyline. It's nothing too tight out here though, so you can't really test the handling out all that much. But it does the sweeping corners, no problem. It's not even breaking a sweat. Yeah, it's not even breaking a sweat. It feels really comfortable to tuck though. I like it. And you don't even really need to reach for the clutch, man, because you can just upshift and downshift easily without a thing. And you could kind of rest your chest on the tank if you get low enough. It's sort of comfortable. It kind of hurts my neck a little bit though. I could imagine you wouldn't want to do this for very long, you know. It's more comfortable to just look down, you know. But even just upright, you know, in the middle, full tuck, you know, it's not bad. Yeah, even he stood up on that bike. I don't know if he could stand up. I guess he could. Sorry guys, I wish we could push the bike a little more, man, but the Skyline is just, you know, it's definitely that definition, mellow mellow motorcycle ride, you know. Would have been nice to see how it is riding around the city a little bit in the freeway, but it's okay. You can get pretty fast on Skyline. So. Trying not to go past 50 miles an hour so we don't get in trouble with the law. It's really comfortable to lean into the turns, just hang off. I'm not even hanging off, you know. I could try hanging off. It's too much. The bike turns too much. You hang off. Yeah, it's a sweet bike to ride, man. It's got some good ergos, you know. You could grip the legs with your tank, you know, and you know, hold yourself up. It's got good handling, you know. It's nice, smooth ride, you know. It is a little vibey, you know, if that's not your thing, you know. It's a little on the vibey side, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's a nice vibe, you know. It's nice. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna rattle your fillings loose kind of loop. Oh, I think this is it right here. I'm trying to see how it feels like to hang off. And it feels alright. It feels alright, but these turns they're just not tight enough where we need to hang off, so. But yeah, it feels really great. The ergonomics, they feel great on this bike, you know. The seat feels kinda hard and flat. The tank is a little wide, you know. Yeah, I think my thighs, my crotch would kinda hurt after a while on this. I'm not a very wide person, you know. I don't really have wide hips. So that's one thing you might want to think about if you wanted to get one of these is, yeah, the tank is a little wide, you know, and you're kind of pushed up on it. It's not so much that, you know, it's not so much that, you know, you're, oh, here we go. Alright, there we go. That was the most exciting part so far. I did that pretty easily. I got to hang off a little bit and it just held the line like perfectly, so I felt like I wasn't even pushing the bike. It was just kind of did all the work for me, you know. Not bad. I liked it. I just want to take this on some more twisty roads, man. It feels like it's a lot of fun to ride, man. The foot pegs are pretty grippy too. So they're these. I think they're these kind of knurled foot pegs. Very good foot pegs. You can really put some pressure on them, you know, if you needed to get the bike to turn. It's neat. The bike doesn't feel too heavy. Also, for a 700cc, it's not heavy at all. Also, that's the end of our ride here. It's a little jerky on the downshift. Sometimes. That's a slipper clutch, you know. It's not. Oh, hey, buddy. What was that? That guy kind of went at the wrong time. All right. Well, I had a lot of fun. It's kind of a pricey bike. I think it's around 12,000 MSRP. We didn't really get to push. Yeah, we didn't really get to see the power all that much. Sorry, guys. I'm sure it's got loads of power, and it's single cylinder. It's torquey, you know. It's got a lot of torque. It's a little clunkety sounding sometimes, lower RPM, but yeah, pretty nice. Let's try some slow speed maneuvers here. Alright, so yeah, that was the end of the ride, guys, so torque for days. Yeah, you know, it's almost like a FZ07 torque. Yeah, it's great. It's got a good wide power band. You can pretty much, you don't really have to be choosy with the gears on it. Sweet looking bike though. So this is the white one. This is the one I would buy, the white one. It's got kind of like a white and green, fluorescent green colors. Oh, I didn't even talk about the gauge cluster. It's got like a little. But the gauge cluster looks, what's the word? It reminds me of the XSR 700 or XSR 900. It's just so kind of clock dealy. Pretty cool. And that's water cooled. I didn't really feel it baking me. It's not too hot today, so yeah, sweet. All right, let's go.